KA8ERS listening. Hey Rick, how you doing? Pretty good. I spent all week working on a volunteer project down on Champion Avenue, and we've got another week to go on that, and then we're going to quit. Well, this place will never be done until somebody comes in and demos the whole thing and completely redoes it from the masonry brick structure on in and on out. Yeah, it's a never-ending project. What we're doing basically is getting the guy's place habitable so he can legitimately live there. He's been living there the whole time, but he went for over a year without any water, and then power in places that needed to have some rewiring, and then bathroom not right, and all kinds of stuff. So we're just making it so he can live there, really. How'd that go over? Oh, do I know her? Well, heck, Libby knows everybody. Where'd you see this gal? Oh, what'd they say? Yeah, good deal. That's what you need is another client for snow.
W1NAT.
Hey Nate, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you this morning?
Excellent. KA8ERS here. Hey, what happens when the FCC finally does the reassignment on the call sign? What happens after that?
Well, you're supposed to get an email. You put your email address in, when you submit it, and you're supposed to get an email. But in my case, I did not. I just went out on the day that it was supposed to go through and checked, and it was in the FCC database. And I never got an email. Apparently, the FCC is having some trouble with their systems right now. So that's what's supposed to happen. You get an email, and then that email has a link to get a copy of your official certificate.
Okay, so you just went on to the regular FCC site, and then it shows up there, and then on you go, and then does AARL automatically pick up on that, or do you have to do something with them?
Yeah, that's a good question, Carl. So what happens is those databases, the FCC database updates the morning they approve it, and then you're good to go. You can call sign, but there is generally a 12 to 24-hour delay for ARRL and QRZ and any of those other sites. Basically, they pull from the FCC's database regularly, but in my case, it took, I think it was about 12 hours for it to show up on QRZ.
Oh, okay. And then on QRZ, I need to start a new logbook with the new call sign, right?
No, you actually won't have to do that at all. QRZ takes care of that for you. So when it automatically updates, you'll actually go in that day and you'll see now have a logbook with your new name on it. And in fact, I think in my case, it actually had my new call sign in the upper right, where you click to get to your logbook. It's already there waiting for me. And then I think it automatically. Actually, I'm not sure if it actually cancels the old logbook, or if I had to go in and tell it that the old logbook ended, so I didn't make any entries in it by mistake. But that was all done automatically.
No, that's really great. So QRZ is more efficient than the FCC.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much the case. I think my experience with government technology entities is that they're usually not so efficient, and this certainly bears that through.
So I've been working on a volunteer project this week, so I haven't been on the radio. So what I miss?
Well, I didn't get on 10 meters much this week, but I did once, and you missed that I got my new radio, so I'm talking on my new radio now.
Oh, that's the Flex?
Yep, that's right. That's the Flex. I'm actually talking to my iPad and my earphones at the moment while I'm making tea.
Oh, wow. Now that is pretty cool. So you can, wander about the house and still talk.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Not only can I wander about the house, but I can also go out of the house. And in fact, when I picked it up, when I got it, the day it got delivered, a couple hours later, I was heading out to one of my daughter's. Actually, I went to get my dog's nails clipped, and then I went to my daughter's lacrosse practice, and I took my phone with me, and I was able to play radio sitting in the car, both FT8 as well as single sideband. I talked to a guy from, I think, Canada while I was at lacrosse practice, and I've even used it while I've been walking my dog. I talked to a guy in Texas while I was walking my dog.
Now that is really cool, and see, that's really important for us old guys that are going to be hauled out of our houses and into the home. If we can have some place to have some remote site to have our radios set up with antennas and everything, we can still talk remotely.
Well, that's right. And when you all move down to Florida and retire down to or when you turn into snowbirds, you can have a radio up here and still talk on 28405.
So how was the trip to southwestern Ohio for your camping?
Boy, it was so nice. We got super lucky with the weather. It was, gosh, I think it was 73 degrees or something and sunny. We got there at about, I think 4 o'clock. It's real easy to set up that trailer. It just takes about, 5 or 10 minutes to get the little bits and bobs down and get it ready. We went in, we got a bottle of wine. We put up our chairs and our little mat that we put out to make it feel homey. And we sat there and drank a bottle of wine before dinner. It was just great. And then for dinner, we did a cookout. You go in and you get to choose steak, salmon, or shrimp. And then they have these big, long barbecues outside with lump charcoal in it. I can't remember what they call it. Naphtha charcoal. And you just go out and cook your own dinner and come in and get some sides. It turned out to be so nice. It rained overnight, but no big deal. We had to get going pretty quick the next morning anyway, and we're warm and dry in the camper. So it was a great time all around.
All right, that sounds great. And who are you?
Good morning. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, so this is a Flex 6400M. It's my main radio down in my basement, but I'm actually operating it remotely on my iPad right now. I'm making. Yeah, it actually is just using an app on my iPad. There's a native app. I had to purchase it, but it's a native iPhone and iOS app, so I can use it on my iPad and my iPhone. And then you can use it either over your local LAN at home, and obviously this is wireless at the moment, or you can use it outside the home also. And you can use it on a laptop or desktop computer also.
KA8 and KY, good morning.
KA8CYV. Morning, Randy.
Morning, Randy, W1NAT.
Well, hello, Carl, Rick, and Nate.
I made Doug late yesterday, and now I got to contact him and take his tile saw back to him.
What are you doing with tile saw?
Well, one of the things that we're doing with this project is replacing where the wallboard was knocked out. We put new wallboard in around the shower, and we needed to put new tile in too. So we needed the tile saw to get the trim the last piece.
That's pretty nice. My wife actually did some tile in our old house, and it's a little messy and tricky work. So good on you for doing it.
One of the guys had done tile work before, so he set the tile.
Yeah, this time around we just did our kitchen about 2 months ago, and this time around I just told her I think I'm going to pay somebody this time.
So I think even if I don't get Doug's tile saw back to him, it doesn't look like he's going to need it right away, or maybe even the rest of his life.
Did he have written excuse today or what?
Well, I don't know. The last time I talked to him, it was yesterday, and I was picking up his tile saw, and he was anxious to get onto the radio to get me the tile saw and then see me goodbye.
Oh, that in the morning?
Yeah, I got there just before 9 o'clock, but he had to dig that tile saw out of his little storage shed in the back.
I think there's a contest going on today, and maybe tomorrow. It's in Poland. It's a SP contest there for the whole country of Poland, I think.
Propagation doesn't look too good, though.
Does that mean that the solar flux index is down?
Yeah, I think it is. I haven't looked at it this morning, but I don't think it's very good.
The last couple of days have been on 20, so hopefully it'll pick up sometime today. Yeah, it looks like it's 74 today, and a quote-unquote fair for time, 30 meter, 20 meter. Interestingly enough, I don't know why, but the last couple of years I've actually been able to use 20 well into the evening past dark, which is different from the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. 20 seems to be extending just a little bit. So, Randy, how's your week been?
Oh, I don't know. It was kind of a long week there, so and this weekend gonna be busy. I got a evening party / dinner both Saturday and Sunday to go to, so we'll see how that goes. Plus, I want to cook a ham at some point, so it's one of these days I want to get a ham in the oven and cook that baby up.
Oh, the Easter ham.
Yep. So we'll see what happens there. I'll have a bunch of ham to give away.
Eddie, did you smoke that already?
No, I still got to do that sometime. I might end up freezing that.
I've been hungry ever since you talked about it.
I need to figure out how I can go out and get a new hat.
What kind of hat do you need?
I'm going to get a nice ball cap with N8QU on it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
My KA8ERS hat's going to be obsolete in a week.
Right around April 5th.
The AE7Q says the 9th.
Oh, that's excellent. Not long now.
Well, Nate, now that you've got your, different radios and antennas and new call sign and all that stuff, you go start studying for extra class?
Yeah, that's a great question. I need to get back on that. I got through the first 4 chapters pretty well. I think it was the first 4. And then I hit the trigonometry, and I don't remember a lot from 6th grade math, so that was a little tricky for me. And then, of course, I had 9 billion things going on, so that's it. So I probably did that. I need to get that done.
Yeah, it took me about two months to get all that stuff through my thick skull, and I've got a background in, calculus and all that kind of stuff, so theoretically it should have been easier for me.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned that. I was really out, and I took a bunch of advanced math in college. I really enjoyed it, but trig was never my thing. I never enjoyed it, and I certainly didn't enjoy it. So I think there's different math heads.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Well, there's quite a few of them in there, and, I think my problem is I always want to understand the actual whys behind it, and be able to figure everything out from scratch, pen and paper. Most people I've talked to today, I just memorized those questions and moved on.
Yeah, Nate, you need to use the Rick Shepard method of studying for your extra license.
Sorry, I missed that, Rick. What did you say? Yeah, so, you know what? It's not a bad idea. It's funny. I was just talking to a woman in Florida yesterday, and she was studying for her extra. I said, "Oh, hey, how's that going?" And she said, "I just decided I'm going to memorize this math stuff. I'm moving on."
Hey, go ahead and tell him your method. I think it's the best way to do it.
That's a great idea. It's funny because that woman I was talking to yesterday, she kind of does that method in reverse. So she said whenever she gets a question wrong on a practice test, copies and pastes it into a Word document, and then just refers back to that Word document every day to memorize those. So that sounds like an ace. I should just get on it and do it. I just get it done. Yeah, I wouldn't want to memorize the wrong year questions. That would be bad.
Good morning, gentlemen. KA8ERS.
Hello, Doug. Hey, Doug.
Good morning.
How's the tile business go?
It went excellent, and your tile saw does a really nice job on cutting the tile. And if it's okay with you, I want to go out to the that end of town anyway. I'd like to drop that back off to you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know we have any plan. We're getting started slow around here today, so yeah, that'll work.
So, Nate, tell Doug what radio you're playing on.
Yeah, Doug actually heard this radio. I popped in, I can't remember what day that was. I think it was Thursday, maybe the first day after. I had some time before a meeting, and we all sat around and chatted for a little while. But, hey, Doug, it's been great. I've had a great time with this thing. I've played more radio over the last few days than I've ever been able to, because every 10-minute block I have free, I can just pick up my phone and call somebody.
That's pretty cool. And do you power the radio up and down, or you just leave it on and then access it periodically with your phone?
I just leave it on for now. I've been trying to figure out if there's a way that I could, power it down remotely and then power it up remotely, but I haven't quite gotten there yet. There's so many things to learn. I'm trying to figure out profiles, and there's different profiles for your microphones, and since I use a bunch of different devices, it's handy to be able to have those things. So I'm trying to work through all that, and then I'll get to the power up, power down stuff.
Has anybody heard from the extra Jeep since he went south?
I tried to talk to him yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We tried to chat a little bit on 20 meters, and he said he could just barely hear me, but I couldn't hear him at all. So we abandoned the effort.
Where was he at?
Tennessee, south of Nashville.
Yeah, we should be able to talk to him on 40 meters then in the evening, I think.
I think he put up a 20-meter dipole. Hey, Marty, your ears are burning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to call him. KA8ERS, KD8OOT. KA8ERS out there in the Jeep, KD8OOT. Nothing heard. Going back to the ground plane. It's fun to make the contact when you're out there a couple states away.
Can you hear him, Doug?
Talking on there, Doug. Your voice sounded rather scratchy, like Marty.
I went to the Yaesu on the Yagi.
Oh, so I was just hearing you talk kind of 5 feet away from your regular mic setting.
Yeah, it's a standard disc mic on that radio rather than the boom.
I could hear voices way down in the distance, but what did Marty say?
I didn't hear him this morning. I thought maybe he'd be in there, maybe giving it a try, but I didn't hear anything.
Well, Nate, you heard him?
No, I heard Doug. Doug's voice didn't sound like Doug to me, and I thought that was Marty.
Well, there was somebody in there real low that was trying. I couldn't hear him good enough to talk to him, though.
Should have had both of them listening in. Special today is the Alpha Delta Lightning Arrestor, 2 kilowatt, DC 500 megahertz, $44.95. Gonna have to pay shipping. You can only have 2 of them. How many are you going to get? 4? Okay, I'm sorry, I doubled with you. Do you ever listen to Jack 103.9 FM? That's funny. One guy calls in and says, "Hey, Jack, you got a great voice. You should try infomercials." Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday when I forgot what they were calling themselves. That's just the sports section of it. The neighbor to the east of me, about 6-8 houses, has got a 60-foot roan tower up, and he took his Yagi off of it and put a TV antenna up there, and he watches a lot of Dayton stuff when what he wants gets preempted here in Columbus.
I don't have any lightning protection on my my outside stuff. Does something like this thing you just mentioned at RNL work stuff?
It's got a little fusible link in it that's supposed to blow, and I bought some, but I've never used them. I just put the 8-foot ground rod outside, connected it to my tower, and then especially in good weather, I'm pretty consistent with just unhooking everything.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing ever since we talked about it last time. I just, if the rain's coming around, I unhook the stuff and just kind of dangle the cords.
Do you have a link to lightningmaps.org?
No, I've never heard of that. What is it? Just a site?
Yeah, you go there and it gives you real-time. It starts out in Europe. You got to get yourself over to America, but it shows you a real-time delay, maybe 1.5 seconds. Right now, there's 30 lightning strikes a minute. It's all down between San Antonio and Houston.
Oh, that's interesting. I heard maybe a week ago or so you said something like, "Hey, there's lightning down in Kentucky. I didn't know if you were just looking at a radar, so you must have been using this site. That's pretty neat.
Yeah. This time of year, it's one of the first sites I go to if the forecast is iffy.
Well, I'll just keep doing that. That's What do the different color bubbles mean? I see reds and yellows.
I believe the red is when the strike hits, and then it fades away, but you can still see where it was for a little while. That's just a process of fading and disappearing.
Oh, got it. That's really cool.
I got confirmation from Aruba from the competition, the contest. When's the next hockey game in Columbus?
Sounds like cricket. Must be no hockey fans.
Yeah, Rick works down there. Thought he must be getting him a cup of mud or getting rid of one. I was just asking when the next home game is.
Doug said you work down there. What do you do, Rick? Oh, that's wicked cool. Very neat. Very cool. I have a friend that is an electrical engineer. He doesn't live in Ohio anymore, but he did. His company would do the installs to that type of equipment, anything from video to audio in large sporting arenas. So he did Brown Stadium and a bunch of other things here in Ohio. I don't think he did anything in Columbus though. Oh boy, give me a few minutes, I'll think about it, I'll probably remember. The guy that owns it lives up in Cleveland. I'll just have to have a little think here and see if I can remember. It's been probably 10 years since he lived here. Yeah, he's out in Massachusetts now, just outside of Boston. And the company he works for now do a lot of educational institutions, colleges and things like that. I don't think he's in the sports arena anymore, unfortunately. So it looks like it was HB Communications. Does that ring a bell? HB Communications. Oh wait, that's his current company. He doesn't have it listed here on his LinkedIn. I'll have to see if I can remember. My memory's not so good anymore.
KA8NKY.
KA8CYV.
So are you a worker or a loafer today, Carl?
I am a loafer today. We actually are taking the weekend off, and we start back up again on Monday and work for the first 3 days, and then I'm off.
Is that going to be time to put it up for sale?
The time for putting it up for sale is long past, but the guy is that owns it has delusional thoughts about what he's going to do with it.
Well, he cannot take it with him.
Right, and it's down there within walking distance from Nationwide Children's Hospital, so somebody could turn that into some nice housing down there. The whole area is kind of like upgrading, so it wouldn't be bad to completely gut it and turn it into a regular little 2-apartment unit. I was joking with one of the guys I'm working with that do you think that the people that demolished this whole place are going to appreciate all the stuff that we've done here?
Only if they get to take some cool stuff home with them.
There won't be anything worth taking home on all the stuff we've done.
You put your signature inside the wall somewhere?
You know, I hadn't thought about that, but that's a good idea.
Is that neighborhood being revamped because of it's kind of close to all the Wexner construction and all that?
Well, it's close to Nationwide Children's Hospital, so I think that's what's making it upgrade. Plus, it's just an area that used to be really, high level, close to town houses and so forth, and then it went into decline, and now it's kind of coming back.
How many square foot is the house you're working on?
I'd have to calculate it and to kind of guess what that is, but I don't know off the top of my head. It's probably twice the size of my house.
Yep, I'm here, Rick. Oh, no way, that's cool. All right, I'm going to go check that out. Whiskey 1, November, Alpha Tango. Whiskey 1, November, Alpha Tango. Okay, wait a minute. You have a live stream going right now? Oh man, that is wicked cool. I was just messing around with the YouTube. That's so neat. I'll have to check that out later. No, I haven't actually worked on any ham stuff at all. Just old antique radios, back from the 20s and 30s. I didn't go much past the late 30s because I didn't like the newer style radios the way they were designed. But I did a bunch of those old radios. We got them sitting all over the house. I would modify them. I'd restore them, and then I'd modify them for best sound quality and add an auxiliary input so you could use, your iPhone or something like that, and use them as a regular, sort of like a giant, ancient Bluetooth device. They were fun. Yeah, I'd really like to get a couple of old, ham radios to put down in my. Now that I have an actual stack, get a nice vintage set of Drakes or something like that I can play with. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I used to travel around looking for those radios, not flea markets and stuff because they price them too high, but I'd find people, usually be someone that had a barn with radios in them, and I'd go pick up some old radios and bring them home and, restore them from the wiring on up. The unfortunate thing is, by the time you get done with those things, you got a lot of time and money into them. And the value is potentially not there from the sales perspective. So I ended up just kind of stopping what I was doing. I was too much of a perfectionist. I would go in and replace all the wires, all the caps, any resistors that are bad. I'd get the speakers rebuilt if they needed it. And then I would modify the circuits for with some modern knowledge for better sound quality. But sometimes in the end, I'd have $500 to $800 in it, especially if I had to do a cabinet. I didn't do those. I'd send them off to a guy, and that's a little too much money. So I quit that hobby. I still think they sound great. I mean, I use, I've got probably 5 or 6 of them here, and I use them regularly. I think they sound fantastic. Yeah, nice. I've got an RCA. I think I've got a video of it up there on YouTube. T910, I think, is the number. That one, I still use that radio regularly. It has a fantastic receiver, and I only have just sort of a random wire hanging off the back of that thing, running along a baseboard, and I could pick up shortwave on that thing like you would not believe. It sounds really good.
Oh yeah, I've been using it.
I've been using it too.
Well, I think I'm going to get out of here and go over to Doug's place and get his tile saw to him.
Carl, you have a good and safe day.
Have a great day. Enjoy your weekend.
Okay, Doug, be looking for me about a half an hour or so. KA8ERS, I'm clear.
73.
KA8ERS, I'm clear.
Yeah, I've got the YouTube thing up.
That was Doug. We're famous now.
And then I missed my audio. Okay, I'm going to have to put this thing on mute.
It's like the people that call into a radio show, and then, you know, the guys on the radio are trying to talk to them, and they're delayed by about a minute because they're all jumbled up and confused. How do you stream that to YouTube? What's the setup that you use to do that, Rick? Well, that's pretty cool. I have a HDMI output on the Flex. I hooked it up to a television. I don't know if it gets sound out of that. I'll have to try. If so, that would probably be pretty easy to kind of do a similar strategy. Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't know if the HDMI connection I have sends audio over it. Of course it can. I just don't know if it does.
When I'm using that with DVR and TV and whatnot, I get audio and video through it. But your application with radio, it'll be a trial and error thing.
Yeah, I could confuse my own self maybe. If I turn the audio up on the television, I'll be talking to myself.
Well, they always said that's not a bad thing as long as you don't answer yourself.
There's a guy I've talked to a few times on 20 meters. He live streams pretty much every day. I called him a few times just to hear what I sounded like on YouTube. It was kind of fun. At the time I was running QRT, so it was always kind of fun to see if I could make improvements. I think it's W7HU or something. I'll have to look it up. He's a guy down in Florida.
Is he full-time down there, or is he a snowbird?
Pretty sure he's full-time. I believe he's employed, so that suggests maybe full-time down there. He was not born in America. I can't remember where he said he was from, but he talks a lot about America and how much he loves it here. He's a little bit of a showboat on YouTube, but that's kind of what YouTube is for, so I can't begrudge him for that. He's trying to have subscribers. He seems like a nice guy.
Okay, yeah, he's down around Miami.
Yeah, that's right. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've listened to him. Talked to him one time.
Well, I got 37 here. 37 and sunny. It looks real pretty outside. I think it's supposed to get up to 60 today or something. Thermometer on my house. Well, it is on the sunny side. It's protected by the, oh gosh, what is it sitting behind? I think my AC unit, but yeah, it could be getting some solar gain.
Yeah, I got sunshine. I'm up to 45, and I've got mine sticking up above the grill enclosure, so it's in the sunlight by now. Well, I've got 2 incoming on QRZ, and I searched for them in both of my logbooks, electronic logbooks, and don't find them. And I went back through my legal pad, and I don't see either one of them. Yeah. And I had one EQSL, same thing, that was from back in 2020 sometime, but I searched everything and I don't find him, so deny those, I guess. Oh, this is just on QRZ up where it says list, incoming awards, leaderboard, and help. And there's the red circle with the white number 2 in it. And you click on that, and it shows you these guys are requesting confirmation. Then I go search for them, and I don't find them. Randy, just so you don't go there and get disappointed, Harbor Freight's going to be closed on Easter Sunday.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know. I guess we'll have to just get ripped off some of these other days. Doug, we have been invited again to the Ohio State Parks on the Air event. I was just looking up to see when it was, but last night I was on 80 meters and happened to find N8TUW Steve that we operated down at that Great Seal State Park or something. So, but he said they're going to have another outing. So we've been invited again.
All right. Is it the State Park event again?
Yeah, Ohio State Parks on the Air. I was trying to find out when it is. I'm guessing that isn't it September or October, maybe?
I just Googled it, Randy. It looks like it's the first Saturday following Labor Day, so that'd be September 11th.
September 11th. Oh, there's a good date. That'll be easy to remember that, won't it?
Well, and I've got a family event somebody scheduled for that date. And had that same thing. I was thinking, well, that's a heck of a day to pick.
Oh, so you got family time that day, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Or no, it's my wife's class reunion. That's what it is.
$5 shipping this weekend on field day gear. So, but heck, it's already Saturday. I didn't even put out the word to see if anybody wants anything this year.
How big of a patch do you want?
I don't know. I'd go for the smaller. Then I got to go buy a jacket to put it on.
Well, I was thinking if we got a small one, it might go on a hat.
Oh, well, I opted for the one-piece leather jumpsuit, Rick. Yeah, chaps that don't have any butt cheeks in them, you know. Trying to give you a good picture for Saturday morning, you know. That'll ruin breakfast. You lost?
Okay, you got me. What's that? Oh, okay, for ARRL. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I thought you were talking about the April Fool's joke gone wrong. Volkswagen. I own one. I've owned Volkswagens for quite a long time. I like them a lot, but that April Fool's joke didn't go over very well. I think part of the problem was they announced it on, what was it, like the 30th or the 31st? That's just a faux pas. That was Volkswagen. They said they were rebranding in the United States to Volkswagen, V-O-L-S, like, electric, to support their battery powered initiatives. And of course, everybody just kind of went up in arms and freaked out, and the emissions scandal still close in everybody's hearts, and it turned into a PR nightmare for Volkswagen. Well, I suppose it didn't seem like good attention to me, but yeah, you're right. I guess any attention's good attention in some advertising parlance. Oh, for sure. It made national news. It was on all the morning shows and everything, so it was a big deal. Funny enough, I got an admission call for my VW this week, and I just laughed. I saw it come in the mail, and I thought, oh boy, here we go. Yeah, for sure. Those old air-cooled motors, they don't have any water, so there's nothing to heat up the heater for in the car. So you just had the little outlets in the car, that would, quote-unquote, let the air waft in. They were worthless. Those things are worth a heck of a lot of money nowadays. That's gross.
So, you guys are probably, some of you like a little bit of baseball. Is everybody, are people boycotting Cleveland or what?
You mean because of the name change, or what, Randy?
Yeah. What and what is the new name, Nate?
Well, I don't think they've picked a new name yet. They're talking about it. I don't think the new name is actually going to happen until 2022, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. I haven't followed it super closely. All I know is that I've been an Indians fan since before I was born, I think, and it's kind of frustrating to me.
Yeah, I would think so too. That's just that is really bad when we allow liberals, to affect our lives that badly, and that negatively. So I would personally, if I would not go to their games. I would just forget about the team. So what are they? They're just Cleveland right now. They're not Cleveland professional baseball. I mean, what do you call them? And somebody told me yesterday that if you go there and you're wearing your old garb that has a picture of what was his name, Chief Wahoo or something, that they can kick you out of the park.
That would be a bad. They did that. They haven't. They're still the Indians this year. They basically just announced that they're going to change the name next year. To be politically correct. So I don't know. It's definitely got a bunch of people up in arms. I feel like the reality of the situation is Chief Wahoo as an emblem. I think you could construe that to be a little bit, maybe offensive. If you were a Native American, I don't know. But the name itself, I think, if we erase all that stuff, then, what's left?
No.
I'm not a big fan of this cancel culture stuff. Well, Randy, I don't know that it's any big deal this year, though. The Indians are going to be terrible. It's been a pretty bad start to the season, and you know they pretty much don't have much of a team. This has been really a rebuilding year, so no great loss. I think, even though I'm sure I will watch them lose many times this year.
Roger. Gentlemen, I'm going to get on the move and go find something to do. Might even cook breakfast. That would be just horrible, wouldn't it? So you guys have a good day, and we'll talk to everybody again soon. 73 KD8NKY.
Hey, Randy, I hope you have a great day and enjoy your weekend. 7-3.
Probably about time for Carl to be in the neighborhood. I better go get out of my jammies and get something on. 7-3, guys. KD8OT, I'm done.
Yeah, me too. Make sure you take those assless chaps off there, Doug. Hope you guys have a great weekend. 7-3.